4 decades, a stretch of prime waterfront land in the heart of Accra has sat largely undeveloped, caught between grand ambitions, political transitions and stalled momentum. That stretch of coastline is the site of one of Ghana's most talked about and most delayed development projects, the Accra Marine Drive. A $1.2 billion vision to transform 241 acres of Accra's beachfront into a world-class tourism and economic destination. And right now, in April 2025, the project is showing more signs of life than it has in years. So what is the Marine Drive project? Where did it come from? Why has it taken this long? And what is actually happening on the ground today? Let us break it all down. The idea of developing Accra's coastline is not new. It is not even a recent ambition. The origins of the Marine Drive concept trace all the way back to Ghana's independence era. As far back as 1958, just 1 year after Ghana gained independence, the coastal strip stretching from Jamestown to Osu was designated as a special planning zone in Accra's master plan. During the government of Kwame Nkrumah, there were visions to make that coastline a showcase of the new African nation. A symbol of modernity, of pride, of possibility. But those plans never materialized. Decades passed. Governments came and went. The coastline remained largely untouched, used informally, degraded in parts, but always holding immense potential. Fast forward to the modern era. The project as we know it today, under the name Marine Drive Tourism and Investment Project, is a public-private partnership initiated through Ghana's Ministry of Tourism. The 241-acre site stretches from the Christiansborg Castle in Osu all the way to the Arts Center in the Ga Mashi Enclave, taking in some of the most historically and culturally significant land in the entire country. We are talking about the area that includes Independence Square and the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. This is not just real estate. This is the symbolic heart of Accra. The vision for this land, designed by world-renowned architect Sir David Ajay of Ajay Associates, is breathtaking. A waterfront promenade connecting Accra's most celebrated landmarks. Luxury hotels, commercial spaces, recreational facilities, cultural attractions. 3 civic anchors celebrating Ghana's rich history. The plan is to open up Accra's beachfront as a public space, give the capital an iconic skyline, and position Ghana as a top-tier destination for tourism, business and investment in West Africa. Cabinet approval for the project came in 2016, under President John Mahama's first term. In 2017, President Nana Akufo-Addo cut the sod, an official groundbreaking ceremony signaling the start of work. Stakeholders were excited. Tourism industry players were hopeful. Ghana seemed ready to unlock the full potential of its coastline. Then the years rolled by, and the project stalled. By 2024, very little had moved on the ground. Reports pointed to weak project governance, misuse of funds and insufficient capital to sustain implementation. The anchor developer Adashei Construction Limited was in place, but full-scale work had not commenced. Private sector investment had not been fully secured. The project had become one of those familiar stories in Ghanaian infrastructure. Plenty of ceremony at the start, not enough follow-through in the years that followed. That is the backdrop against which President John Mahama returned to office in January 2025. And almost immediately, the Marine Drive project came up. In his very first State of the Nation address to Parliament in February 2025, Mahama named the Marine Drive project directly. He expressed disappointment over the delays, acknowledged that cabinet approval had been secured during his own first presidency back in 2016, and was direct about the fact that progress had stalled under the previous administration. He pledged to reassess all work completed so far and to take decisive action to bring the project back on track. Those words carried weight, not just because of the project's value but because Mahama himself is the one who approved it 9 years ago. This is personal as much as it is political. He wants this project to be part of his legacy. What has happened since that SONA pledge? Quite a lot, actually. In March 2025, confidence began to return to the project. Business and tourism stakeholders expressed fresh optimism. The commitment from the presidency had sent a signal that the Marine Drive was once again a government priority, not just on paper but in practice. Then in April 2025, just days ago, Tourism Minister Ablet Zaifa Gamashi visited the Marine Drive project site in person. The site visit was to get a first-hand look at the state of preparatory works. She was briefed directly by Kwame Ada Achimpong, the managing director of Adashei Construction, the anchor developer. The minister expressed satisfaction with the preparatory works already completed. But she also made her expectations clear. She urged the project management team to move faster on securing private sector investment so that full construction can finally begin. Her words were unambiguous. Quote, "The project is long overdue, and as much as anything I would like to see its completion." For his part, Attaché Construction's managing director confirmed that the company has engaged investors and received cooperation from key stakeholders. The machinery for investment mobilization is in motion, and the government is not stopping at a site visit. Earlier in December 2024, Minister Gamashi inaugurated a full board of directors for the Marine Drive project, a move designed to bring formal governance and accountability to an initiative that had previously suffered from exactly those weaknesses. At that inauguration, she made the stakes very clear. She warned board members that delays can no longer be tolerated. She demanded transparency, professionalism, and measurable outcomes. The public, she said, expects results. And now, in the most recent development as of this week, the government has gone even further. A 17-member technical committee has been inaugurated specifically to accelerate implementation of the Accra Marine Drive Tourism Investment Project. This committee is chaired by Deputy Tourism Minister Yusuf Jaja, and includes representatives from the Ghana Tourism Authority, the Ghana Tourism Development Company, the Lands Commission, and the Ministry of Finance. Their mandate is specific and time-bound: cut through bureaucratic delays, coordinate all stakeholders, resolve bottlenecks, and deliver visible progress within 18 to 24 months. That is a hard deadline. And with the current completion target set for 2027, the clock is ticking. Let us talk about what is at stake. Because this is not just about tourism or a pretty waterfront. When fully developed, the Accra Marine Drive project is projected to create approximately 150,000 jobs. 150,000. In a country where youth unemployment remains a serious challenge, that number is transformative. The project is also expected to attract more than 1 million tourists annually, boosting foreign exchange earnings, stimulating the hospitality sector, and feeding into Ghana's broader ambition of becoming the premier business and tourism hub of West Africa. Beyond the economics, there is the question of identity. This coastline represents some of the most historically charged land in Africa. Christiansborg Castle, also known as Osu Castle, is where the seat of Ghanaian government once stood. It is a site of colonial history, of the transatlantic slave trade, of resistance and resilience. To develop this land thoughtfully, with cultural anchors, public spaces, and world-class infrastructure, would be to reclaim it and give it new meaning for future generations. The honest question that Ghanaians have every right to ask is this: have we not been here before? Sod-cutting ceremonies, presidential pledges, beautiful architectural renders, and then years of silence. That skepticism is legitimate. This project has been through multiple administrations without reaching the finish line. Governance failures, funding gaps, and political transitions have all taken their toll. But what is different now, or what appears to be different, is the institutional scaffolding being put in place. A dedicated board. A technical committee with a clear mandate and a fixed timeline. A minister making unannounced site visits. A president who approved the project himself and has staked his credibility on its revival. And an anchor developer actively in conversation with investors. Whether that is enough to finally see cranes on that coastline by 2027 is still an open question. But for the first time in several years, the Accra Marine Drive project looks less like a dream deferred and more like a project with a fighting chance. Ghana's coastline has waited long enough. The world is watching. And if Mahama's government can deliver, this waterfront could become the most transformative piece of urban development in West Africa in a generation. That is the story of the Accra Marine Drive project. A dream born at independence, revived multiple times, stalled by governance failures, and now, once again, being pushed toward reality. Subscribe for more on Ghana's infrastructure, development, and the stories shaping this nation's future.